So this video is totally dedicated to the application of graph data structures. Alright, so before we jump into the concepts and lots of problems with graphs, so it is always good to have some idea about the stuff that we're dealing with, right? This would help you connect the dots as and when you learn more and more things related to the graph data structure. So here are some examples of the graph data structures used in real life. So there might be a lot of other examples too, but I've discussed a few of them over here. Okay, so the very first application is the LinkedIn connection. Okay, so when you go to your LinkedIn profile and you search for a random person on LinkedIn, or LinkedIn itself shows you some recommendations when you're in the home page, right? So if you observe the suggestion clearly, you can see that there is first, second, third, etc. highlighting next to the names that would be done on these pages. Okay, so here we can see that here we have second, here we have first next to the names. Okay, so what does this indicate? So have you ever given a thought about it? So here's a diagram that I made to show you just that. So consider I'm in the center of the graph here. This is myself over here. And all my immediate connection would be coming under first degree connection. So this is my immediate connection since I have a line between connecting myself and this particular LinkedIn connection. So these are my first degree connections. So this, and this would be my first degree connections. Okay, so the connections to my connections who are not my immediate connection would come under second degree connection. The connection to my connection. So this would be the connection to my connection who are not my immediate connection. So this particular LinkedIn connection is not linked to me directly. Okay, so these would be termed as second degree connection. Okay, and the connection to my second degree connection would be my third degree connection. So you can also see it as how many lines come in between the connection and myself. So here we can see there's only one line between myself and the first degree connection. For a second degree connection, you can see that I have to jump from here to here and then from here to here. So these would be second degree connection. For a third degree connection, there will be 3 jumps, 1, 2 and 3. So there are some restrictions that LinkedIn imposes based on these numbers, whether it's a first degree connection or a second degree connection or a third degree connection. So as I told you, the first degree connections are the people you are directly connected to because you have accepted their invitation to connect, or they have accepted your invitation to connect. So you'll see a first degree icon next to them. So here you can see, or the second name is the first degree icon next to their name in the search result. And you can also see this particular information when you open their profile page. You can contact them by sending a message on LinkedIn. So this message facility would be available only to your first degree connection. Next, for the second degree connection, so these will be the people who are connected to your first degree connections. And you'll see a second degree icon next to their name. So as you can see over here, and even if you go to their profile, you'll be seeing this second mention in their profile. So you can contact them through an in-mail or an introduction. For the third degree connection, so these will be the people who are connected to your second degree connection. So you'll see a third degree icon next to their name in the search result and on their profile as well. You can contact them through in-mail feature only. Okay, and any of the connections that do not come under first, second and third, so those would be out of network. So you can contact them through in-mail feature just like the third degree connections. So as a next example, we have the www, that is the World Wide Web. Okay, so how is graph related to World Wide Web? So whenever you visit a web page, you often see that there are links that are pointing to other web pages, which in turn have links to other web pages as well. So if I just do a simple Google search of World Wide Web over here, you can see that I get some search results. If you open any of these web page, then you have further links that might be pointing to other web pages. So these web pages can be represented in terms of a graph. Say for example, we have a web page from Geeks for Geeks, which is for some random article. So if you just scroll down, you would be able to see the recommended article section over here. Okay, so here you can see the recommended article section. Okay, so these are pointing to yet other web pages. So hence we can say that there is an edge from this web page, that the article that I'm currently reading, to the pointed page, the one that I will be redirected to when I click this particular link. Okay, so the next example, if we talk about, is the Google Maps. And how can we even forget this example? So this is the most concrete example of graph data structure. So wherein the vertices are the area names and the edges are the roads and the paths connecting these areas. So whenever you use the Google Maps and search for the path, you see different options to travel via car, via bus, via metro, via walk, etc, etc. Okay, so based on your selection, the different edges and the paths between the vertices, which are the areas, would be formed. So the paths that would be shown for traveling via car might be different from traveling via public transport such as bus. So Google also highlights multiple paths to travel Okay, so it also highlights which is the shorter path among the multiple paths as well. So these would be possible with the help of graph data structure. Okay, so next example would be flight networks. So the vertices in the flight networks are places of departure and destination. Okay, so if you are traveling from Bangalore to Delhi, then these two airports are the source and the destination nodes. So the flight trajectories between the airports would be the edges. Your flight can be a direct one, or it can have some hops as well. So wherein your flight halts for some time at a given airport. So it is also very important to optimize upon the routes of the airplane so that we have the most optimal route in terms of distance, so that we can conserve some fuel as well. Okay, and the last example that I have here is for embedding the EC circuit on the motherboards. Okay, so here our challenge would be, how do we embed ports of various integrated circuits on a plane such that no two connection intersect each other, and also the length of the wire that we use for the connection is minimal. All right, so here were some examples of the graph data structure and its application on real life. So hope when you're writing the code for the graphs, so these things would pop up in your mind. So this would make things much more interesting during the learning process, right? So you can also let me know some examples of graphs in case you are having in mind. Maybe like I didn't discuss about Facebook. So Facebook also has graph internally. How? You can just let me know.